Evening to all. Let's see, what day is it? Thursday. How are you all on this wonderful Thursday evening? Golly, this week went by fast, didn't it? Oh my goodness, where did it go? Well, mine has gone well, thank you very much, but it's just fast and furious, as they say. So I hope you guys are doing well. If I didn't say it, my name is Darlene, and I'm here to do a reading for you guys, or readings plural. So let me put that info in the chat. Hey, Adia, good evening. Let me post this. Oh, I gotta copy and paste it again. Let's see. Hello, Crow and Holly, welcome. I'm doing very well, Adia. I finally had a couple of days where I can slow my pace down this week. Whew. Thankfully, it was pretty crazy there for the last 2 weeks. Just 1 second here. Let me get this copied so I can paste it in the chat. There we go. And let me pin it. Because if I don't do it, I forget. If I don't do it right away. Okay, now, let me... Oh, thank you, Holly. I just got this. You too can have this, actually. Oddly, I got it off of Amazon. I never buy clothes off of Amazon, but I don't know. I liked it, too. It's very comfy and doesn't wrinkle. I liked it. Oh, I'm glad, Adia. And I was going to ask if you came tonight, how did the date go? You know, I've been thinking about you. I had you on my mind. You're over it. Everything worked out the other night? Oh, good. Wow, beautiful. We'll take beautiful all day long over, you know, that other, won't we? We will take that. Well, I am so happy. You deserve happiness, girl. You've been through it, like, you know, we've shared stories. Both of us been through it. But you're just done. Yeah, I say that, and I would be if he didn't keep showing up at my house. So I don't know. Like I said, maybe I got to move. I don't know. He's never a threat. It's just that he can't let go, but yet he can't, you know. Yeah, I hear you. Can't take any more chances. And that's what it feels like, doesn't it? At a certain point, it feels like that's what you're doing. So, well, I'm really, really happy it went well for you the other night. Excellent, working on cutting cord. Do you know I've done that, but you can't cut a twin flame cord, and so that's my dilemma. But I thought, what the heck, I'll try anyway. So, there's my beautiful Italian, I should be specific, right? Yeah, Italian friend. That's what I was going to say. Thank you. You love my earrings, don't you? You like my earrings? My fave? She gave me those earrings. That's why. And I love them. They're so fun. Hey, Jay, how are you tonight? Let's see. Today's Thursday, so you were with your mama last night, right, Jay? Did you have a good visit? Oops. Holly, are you asking for a reading? Because don't be posting your question yet. It will get lost in a hurry in this feed. Just say, I'd like a reading. Yes, I know. Yes. My face. I'm wearing them like 3 days this week. I mean, I should give my other earrings a chance, but I don't know. I just love these so much. Thank you, Foodie. I appreciate that. I like to think I am a pretty nice lady. I think I am. Oh, good, Jay. I'm glad. Glad you had a good evening with your mama. It's so nice to see a young man spending time with his mama. One of mine did yesterday. I got to spend some time with one of mine yesterday. He was so sweet. He came by here and did this whole to-do list for his mama yesterday, and I so appreciated it. Okay, I was going to answer that, but that's all right. Seth, goodbye. So, Holly, I was asking Holly if you were requesting a reading. It looks like you posted something back up here. No? Okay. Goodness. What is going on here? that it's only a Thursday night. Usually the trolls come in on the weekend more. What's going on? Okay, so let me see. The first person that requests a reading is the first one that gets the free run. So I'm just trying to look back at the feed now and see who requested the first one. And if I missed saying hello to somebody, a very warm welcome to you this evening. Hello, Max. I don't know, Adia, you're in your sniper's nest, man. I can tell you are getting it tonight. My gosh. My gosh, my gosh. Now, I know somebody asked a question, but every time I try to find it again, the chat jumps. So bear with me here. Truth, I think it might be you. Are you the first one? And if you are, let me know if you're still here in the chat. Your handle is called Truth. So sound off if you're in the chat. And if you guys would like a reading, there's a link pinned at the top of the chat. I'm happy to do a mini read for you. One question though, just one question. And good evening, Goth. And Eritrea, good evening. Good evening, good evening. And Chancellor, good evening. Oh, God, thank you for your subscription. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Man, you moderators are getting it tonight. Thank you, Tay. I appreciate that. I wish you many blessings as well. And Honky Tonk Man, thank you for your subscription. All right, I'm not seeing that Truth is still here, so the next person, let me see. Would be Chancellor. If you are here, Chancellor. Chancellor, if you're here and still here, please, okay, great. Then you are my free reading for this evening. I'm going to take that off. I like your title, Chancellor. That's cool. All right. So, Chancellor, would you please type your question again? I think you put it up there, but this chat moves so fast. I would be very grateful. So, guys, the free reading slot for tonight is spoken for. It is taken. If you would like a mini read, please see the information pinned in the chat. I don't know about all that, Curtis. Don't follow that. I don't follow those teams. All right, Chancellor, go ahead and post your question, please. I see it. Carrington. All right. Thank you. I love it when I have somebody's real name. Okay, Carrington, you want to know about Andrea. No, not necessary for birth dates. Yes, Mr. Miyagus. I do tarot cards. Yes, yes, yes. And thank you, John, for your subscription, but you're just a couple of minutes late for the free reading tonight. Okay, guys. We're asking for Carrington. What deck, please? Let my team tell me what deck already. And we will get this party started. And by the way, I will not be here tomorrow night. I'm going out to visit my son and his wife and have a nice evening off. Gonna watch a sunset, maybe have a little glass of wine, have a nice evening with family. Don't be nervous. Carrington's so nervous. The last time somebody told me that, well, maybe it was the first time, I don't remember, here on YouTube. I told him, I said, now don't be worried. I won't tell everybody you don't have any underwear on. And he didn't, and it freaked him out. And I only tell half your secrets, right? Okay, guys, let's get started here. Now, Carrington, I have to tell you, oh goodness. One second, let me get rid of that. I have to tell you, Carrington, and everybody else, yeah, I'm a reader, and I do use tarot as a tool. That's all it is a tool. But I'm a big proponent and teacher of law of attraction, law of assumption, law of manifestation. So whatever you ask me about tonight, I don't care if it's money or job or health or relationship, whatever it is you're wanting that you don't have in your life, the answer is always the same. You need to tell a different story. You need to tell the story of how you want it to be, not be dwelling on how it is currently because you're living in the past. It's already gone. There's nothing you can do about it. But you are a powerful creator and you can affect and change the outcome. So as a reader, I need to tell you, any reader, not just me, whether they know it or they tell you or not, we are simply tuning into potentials in the quantum field. I am simply pulling in one dominant potential that is dominant for you at this moment, but it could change in the next 5 minutes based on your free will and your ability to manifest. So bear that in mind. You should never make major decisions based on anybody's tarot reading or tea leaves or coffee grinds or whatever, right? We're just here picking up potentials for you. So bear that in mind. As I said, take it or not. Now, let's get this going. Thank you, Kevin. Appreciate you. And hello to Stephen in Toledo. Giuseppe, ciao to you too in Italy. Awesome, awesome. Oh, good. I'm glad you would listen because that, Carrington, that was, a lot of that was for you because I'm getting ready to do yours. Now we're asking about Carrington and Andrea. What will the story look like for you going forward? Will they reconcile? Will they get back together? That's what inquiring minds want to know. Hey, John. Good evening and welcome. Oh, that bodes well. This bodes very well. That says you have feelings for each other. Yes, Knight of Cups. All right, let's see. P. Diddy, it may be time to change your handle. Just saying. Okay. This is taking patience. And not only is the universe asking you to have patience, Carrington, this is also saying the divine, the angels, whatever it is you believe in, whatever you call that, is working behind the scenes to create balance in this situation, in this relationship. Good evening, Gary. How are you doing tonight? There you go. I'm glad you know that, Carrington. Yeah, this is it's just telling you, what tarot tells you is basically what you have active in your vibration, in your field right now, is what this is picking up on. Like, I've had people tell me, oh, that relationship has been done. Well, it's showing up in your reading, so you are not done with it. Things like that. So it's the vibration of what you have active currently. But yes, it's just a check-in, basically. Yeah, you should definitely not make major decisions. It's information. It's good to know. It helps you make decisions, but it shouldn't be based on, again, people have free will. Anyway, I'm prattling. Show me, please. I really don't know if I need to pull a whole lot many more cards. We don't want to mess this up. It's looking really good. Tell me, please, about the potential future between Carrington and Andrea. I don't think I want that card, but it's here, so we'll deal with it. Right, well, nothing's moving right now. Nothing's moving, nothing's going anywhere. Are you guys even talking to each other? Because this Queen of Pentacles is in the reverse, and so is the Chariot in reverse. And sorry, I know you guys cannot see these when I put them up there, but then I feel like I'm going to knock them off the table when they get down here. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse can be somebody who's needy, who's greedy. Greedy is, and maybe her money's not good, possibly, but this is more about this. She can be someone who's not as stable or not dependable or nurturing as she certainly would be in the upright. Let's put it like that. But this could be saying your person, Andrea, is not feeling stable in the relationship. That's another way I can read this, and I kind of feel like that's more what it is. Because distance is hard when you're in a long-distance relationship. It is hard. What else, please, can you tell me about Carrington and Andrea? Potential of looking forward here, the potential. Going forward. Oh, been blocked for 6 months. Ooh. Yeah, that's what this means. Nothing is happening. It's crickets. Crickets. Oh, goodness. Oh, yeah, here it is. All right, which one of you had the third party? I'm just saying. Cards don't lie. Cards don't lie. I mean, readers don't always get it 100%, but the cards themselves tell the story. 3 of Cups in the reverse. 3. Notice the theme here. 3 of Swords in the reverse. This is obviously, just look at that picture. That's the 9 of Swords. Anxiety, stress, sleepless nights. Because why? Because there was deception and lying and cheating of some kind in this relationship. And then somebody got defensive and put up a wall. Now this is, as I often say here, tarot usually gives me the backstory. I hope this is not the future, but this seems like it's the backstory, so you can tell me. She had a boyfriend, okay, and me and my psychic lady Ashley did a third-party removal on her. All right, well, that's interesting. Well, that's that. All right, so that's the past, but what... Well, I'll just keep going. All right, team, you know what I'm going to ask you. Let's get into the future. So much for backstory. What is the potential future? Yeah, well, it's probably still... There's two kings here now. We've got one queen and two kings. Now, gender is not relative in tarot, but there's three people, so it's still talking about this. So this is still active in your vibrations. Is the reason it's telling me this. It's still part of your story, a big part of your story. Look at this. That's an ending. And now it is in the reverse. And it's interesting. Now, this is an ending you're having a hard time getting over. Let me see what's in. Yeah, this was an injustice. Yeah, somebody felt they'd been done wrong. An injustice, yeah, the breakup. I mean, it's just telling the same story, and then somebody walked away to find their own happiness because they were not willing to reconcile. I'm going to have to say this is a no, because it feels like they're telling me I'm putting this down. I'm not. You know, too many secrets and lies. I need to cut out what doesn't serve me, because this was not making me happy. Yeah, we know all that, but so I don't know if this is still backstory. I'm going to shuffle again, or if this is saying this is just, it's done and over. It's done and it's done. It's the same, because, yeah, there were feelings there at one time, but that, hang on. I'm going to try again. Because I know that was backstory. The question is it also future? Okay, you do. I completely understand without a question. Yeah. Gary. Okay, I have to say I kind of agree with you, Gary. It's just... Hey, Brittany. Good evening. All right, come on now. Enough of the backstory. Can you give me 3 cards? What is the future, if any, between Carrington and Andrea? Because right now it's not looking so good. Here we go. Hey, Dexter, good evening. Good evening, Brittany and Jatendra. I am 74. So show me, please. All right. Yeah, no. I'm sorry, Carrington, but this looks like a dead horse. You know, it might have been the right thing, but it wasn't the right time. This is when, you know, in the upright, the merchant, excuse me, is watching the ships in the harbor, waiting for his ships to come in. And I think your person says, no, I'm not doing that. I'm definitely not waiting around for this anymore, because I'm not going to collaborate with it anyway. Or maybe it's saying, giving you advice, you shouldn't either, because there's no collaboration here. Because there's a big fat wall up. And I think this was your person, Andrea. Andrea is saying, I have put a wall up. I've made a choice to go in another direction. Yep. Chariot came back in the reverse. I'm sorry, Carrington, but that's what it looks like. It looks like this is a no failure to launch here. Failure to launch. I wish I had better news, but Curty, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. Carrington, I'm sorry, really. I wish I could have given you better news, honey, but it looks like a moving on situation. Well, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. I know sometimes it just helps give us closure. You know, we kind of know it anyway, but it helps to hear it from somebody else sometimes. So anyway, thank you. Appreciate you being here. All right, let me see. Curty. Now that, I don't know why the print on the super chat boxes are so darn small. They're smaller than I can read. Curty and Prince are in no contact situation. Will he come back to me? Let's see. Curty and Prince. Well, let's see. Thank you, Curty. I appreciate you typing that again. Hey, Dark Bunny, how are you tonight? Dexter, good evening. Okay. Now we're going to ask next for Curty. What deck for Curty? Let me see. What deck? Okay. Really, really, 74. Pretty feisty for an old girl, don't you think? Oh, Dexter, will I get 20 readings if I donate $20? You could have a few readings tonight, but I can't do 20 readings from now till 2 o'clock in the morning, so no. I can't be up here till tomorrow morning doing readings. It'd take me that long. I'm not generally a quick reader by normal standards. Lively and feisty. I've been told I'm a handful, Gary, so take that as you will. They were just wimps, that's all I can say. So you'll settle for one, Dexter? Okay. Well, the information is pinned at the top of the chat if you want a reading. There's a link up there. I am in Alabama, USA. Yep, thank you, Sat Sunset. I was going to call you that. Okay, let's see. Christy. Not Christy. It's my daughter-in-law's name. Excuse me. If I call you that, it's just because it's on my tongue. Please forgive me. Curty wants to know if Curty and Prince will come back together. So Curty and Prince, will they come back together? Please and thank you. Will Curty and Prince come back together? Ooh, well, you're certainly stressing about it. Having anxiety and sleepless nights. Well, let's see. All right. Tell me about Curty and Prince. Yeah, I know that's true, Gary. Yeah, that's true. To some extent, that's true. And then I have people who freak out if you call them by their actual name here because they want to hide, you know. It's like, okay, whatever. Well, I'm going to pull more cards. I'm going to keep pulling for you, don't worry. But it's not clear. Tara's saying it's not clear yet. I'm not sure. Or it can also be saying there could have been some lack of truth here in this situation. Yet to be determined. Let me get some more cards out here for you. Hello, Ariana. Welcome in. Please tell me about Curty and Prince. Will they come back together? Sometimes the decks want to talk and sometimes they want to take their sweet time. So thank you for your patience. I'm not in charge of that. Okay. Well, somebody here has been inconsistent. Somebody here has been waffling, just waffling about their feelings. Now, I don't know if this is you or your person, and I'm saying that this is probably private, happening in a private way. They're not sharing this if it's them. But somebody here, you know, Prince Charming, he's got a couple of in his hand and he's thinking about that couple of, but you know, he's still undecided about, because he kind of likes the freedom, and I'm saying he because it's a he on the card. And so they're trying to listen to their intuition, but for right now, things are at a standstill. Let me keep pulling some cards here. Now, I do have this King of Wands who came out. The King of Wands is a natural leader. He's a visionary. He's also an entrepreneur. He's a business person. He's also very attractive and very career focused. So I don't know which one of you that applies to. I'm thinking your person. I'm thinking that would be Prince. But I think he's giving up. This is a lack of faith. Giving up on that wish. It once was a wish come true they dreamed about. At the very best, well, at the very least, I mean, it's discouragement. Oh, goodness, and then we have, yeah. So they're feeling, I think you both are feeling this, anxiety, feeling like this is a dream that's not going to come true anymore. All right, let's see. All right, those want to come out. Yep. Somebody here is single and free to pursue. I presume that's both of you since you're not together. But there is love here. There are feelings here. This is somebody who's nurturing and willing to give their cup. I feel like that's probably you, because I say it 100 times, there's no gender in tarot, but I feel like this is a more masculine energy, whether it's gender, I'm not talking about gender, and this is the more feminine. So if that fits you, if this fits you, Curty, then this would be Prince if that fits him. It's just what I'm feeling in the energy. Now, it's interesting because yeah, somebody here is worried about the other person being single. So I don't know if that's you or them, but somebody, one of you, or could be both of you, is worried about the other person now being single. And one of you here is worried, again, I kind of feel like this is more your energy, but you can switch the roles, is feeling like, well, A, I don't have clarity. Duh, you're getting a tarot reading. Duh. But it can also be alluding to the fact that there might have been some truth that was withheld, and I might have to bust you on that if that was you. It is falling right underneath what I again, believe that this is probably your energy here. All right, let's see what this King of Wands wants to tell us here. So right now, I am not seeing cards of reconciliation, but we're not done yet, so bear with. Thank you, Gary. Appreciate you saying that. Yes, y'all please, pretty please hit that like button. Just the way you saying thank you to me for being here on a random Thursday evening. Well, okay. Let me get one more before I speak on that. It could mean a couple of things. He thinks you're walking away, or you have walked away, or, you know, as in not coming back. Because the Eight of Cups kind of fell out there for a half a second, or showed itself. Give me one for this Star card, please. Okay, we'll take those. That's an ending. That's a death by 1,000 cuts. So this is something you guys, it's, whatever happened was not the first time it happened, I think. That's the moral of that card. Now, they could be looking in on you, curious about how you're doing. You could probably, I sense, actually, you're both doing this with each other. You're both, you know, watching your social medias or looking back at old text or looking at your pictures. But this has been a heavy burden. This is a heavy burden. And this is when you let it go. This is at the end of the journey. Now that 10 of Wands resets to an ace, but it's not an ace. It's a 10 of Wands. So somebody's still sitting in that. And this is an ending. Somebody's having a hard time letting go of. Because there was deceit. Because somebody might have needed more attention. You're saying yes. Somebody might have been wanting more attention than, I don't, excuse me. I started to say something and I wanted to censor myself because I don't want to say that here on YouTube. That Knight of Wands again. Let me see. Hello, Priyanka. Good evening to you. Ay, ay, ay. Do you know what I hear in my head? I hear him saying, how did this happen like this? How did this happen? How did we get here? That kind of a question. You know, most of us all been there and done that, and you just somehow find yourself in a set of circumstances, then you ask yourself, how did I end up here? I thought I was doing well, or I thought I had made the right decisions and blah, 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 and how did I end up here? And that's what I'm feeling is going on. And I think that's from your person, Prince. So, Curty, I have to say right now, there are no cards here on the table that talk about reconciliation. Now, this top row is the backstory. The middle row is kind of saying how they're feeling now. Now, I'm going to ask a potential, just to reiterate to my team that I'm asking for future. You're saying it's true? Okay. Awesome. All right, please show me what the potential outcome between these two might be. Well, I'm sorry, I guess I'm going to break everybody's heart tonight with these readings. That's the Two of Cups in reverse. That is a breakup. Well, you already broken up. That's not news. What is the potential future, please? Can you show me what the future? Let's hope that's not the end all, but I'll get a few more cards. Can you show me what is the potential future of this relationship between Curty and Prince? I just don't want to end on that note. Let's give it a chance. Okay. Well, honey, I'm sorry, but that is pretty much the outcome. But I do think Spirit is encouraging you to focus on self-love as opposed to looking for this person. You know, anytime any of us, anyone or anything that you're focused on outside of you that you're looking to make you happy, it might make you happy for a few minutes or an afternoon, but it isn't lasting. So you have to fill your own cup. You have to fill your own cup first. And then you attract things that are already in that same vibration. But back to your reading. So this to me is a breakup, which we already knew. But the Page of Pentacles in reverse. This is saying learn from this lesson, if you will. Learn from this failure. But this is somebody who's not moving forward. They're making a decision, a choice in love to not extend an offer to you. And they feel like it's a lost opportunity or a missed opportunity. A missed chance. Now, it could be, of course, this is Temperance card. This is, as I said in the previous reading, the universe is trying to balance opposites there. This person could have been playing it safe, afraid to make a choice in your direction, or after the breakup, afraid to come back. That's somebody who is afraid to make a different choice, essentially. They could have been afraid of what happiness actually looks like. This could be one of those, but anyway. We had an argument, and after that, he left. Well, right now, it's staying where it is that he left. I don't have any cards of saying he's going to communicate. This Page of Swords sometimes, but I don't really feel that. I feel like it's just saying you're each curious about what the other one's doing, and you might be, like I said, checking your social media, rereading the text, all that. Well, this is a breakup, somebody not coming forward. Procrastination can even be laziness on somebody's part. I think this, at one time, had the potential to be a good partnership. It had the potential, but because of whatever happened, again, they're not coming forward with this, and they are considering it, and I say they, meaning Prince, considers that this is a lost opportunity, a missed chance. Even, now we're not talking about money and career, but a bad investment if it was a money and career reading. So I have to say this looks like a no for you right now, Curty, and I hate to give bad news. That's my second time tonight. Third time, actually. Goodness, is there a theme here tonight? Yeesh. I'm not sure I understand. You're saying, have he ended from his side? It's really not talking about who did what here. It's just telling me what has happened. But this does, what he's telling me is, yes, this is a breakup. To repeat myself. There's a lack of commitment here. Again, failure to launch, if you want to use that term. Even though they saw potential here, they now see it as a missed opportunity. So what I'm telling you is, if you're waiting for them to reach out, I don't see that happening right now. And if you're asking me, has he ended it from his side? I'm not, he walked out the door. How would you take that? I don't see that card. I don't see like a 10 of swords. So maybe he's thinking about all this. Maybe he's just said, well, she didn't want me, or I don't know what y'all argued about, of course. I have no way of knowing that. What the dispute was about, I don't know, so can't comment. It's not saying that. That is not what the cards are saying. It's just saying this is how he feels right now. He feels that you in this relationship could have been something nice, but now it seems like a missed opportunity. And you're saying you're not going to approach him. Well, you got to follow your heart on that one, and your gut and your intuition. I don't know what the situation was, so I can't comment on that, Curty. I'm just going to wish you lots and lots of love and luck dealing with it. If this is somebody you wanted, I'm sorry, but that's where it is right now. And as I always say, things can change in a dime. It can change in the next 5 minutes. People have free will. So don't get locked into any specific outcome, especially because some tarot reader gave it to you. Don't do that. Tarot readings are for entertainment purposes only. Oh, goodness. Well, Curty, that would be that's a whole other reading. That's why I limit these to one question, because I could be here for another 30 minutes pulling cards on that question. I did not see those cards at this moment. At this moment, the potential right now says they're not seeing that right now. Doesn't mean it couldn't happen. That could be in your energy tomorrow. And right back to what I said in the beginning, that I have to say 100 times here because people don't hear me. They think I'm not talking to them. They think I'm talking to somebody else. You are a powerful creator. You have the ability to change the outcome. I have no power in your situation. You do. So if you want a different outcome with this person, tell a different story and start manifesting a different outcome for yourself. GC, you need what prompt messages? Did I miss a conversation there, or did you not get notified? Is that what you're saying? Thank you, Jay. I love that you put that explanation in there. Thank you so much. That's right. I would be here all night if I accepted every request for free reading. That's right. It'd just be me and the world here pulling cards. No, Dotman, I did not. So if you want to retype it, well, oh wait, here. Oh, I see it now. Oh, basically you're asking for a reading, but I've done my free reading for tonight. I'm sorry to tell you that, but that's right. That's the way I got to have rules here, y'all, or I literally would be here for days. It would never end, because of the different time differences. I get people from all over the world, and when people went to sleep, people would wake up and I would never ever sleep again. Curty, you're not listening to what I'm saying to you. You're clearly not. You're wanting me to tell you the outcome, and I'm going to say it one more time. I am not in charge of an outcome. Tarot cards are just a peek at what the energy is right now. You have the power to change this. Your homework is to learn about law of attraction and law of manifestation. Your future is not here. Your future is in your own mind and your own heart. You have the power. You have the power to change the outcome. I just said, yes, it can change. You have the power to change this. Yes, you have the power to change this. That answer is not in here. It's not in a tarot deck. It's not in tea leaves. It's not in coffee grinds. That's right, Jay. I love that. Law of attraction. Embrace. Yes. Love that. You've been taking notes, haven't you, JC? You're amazing. I love that you do that. That's right. I love it, Jay. You keep on there. You tell them. Those things that Jay are saying is because he hears me saying it over and over and over again, and he knows I get tired of saying it, so he's reinforcing it in the chat. I love that. Thank you, Jay. Curty, I'm going to block you if you keep asking the same questions. It did not say that. Apparently you weren't listening. Maybe you need to rewind and play it back again. That's right, GC. Focus on things you want, and it's what most people don't factor in is momentum, because if you've got a whole lifetime of telling yourself subconsciously a certain pattern, or I can't have this, or I'm not worthy of this, and then you suddenly wake up and, oh, there's this law of attraction thing, let me manifest this, and then 2 days, 2 weeks go by and it's not there, and you think, oh, this stuff doesn't work. Well, you had a whole lifetime of working up to that point. So you've got this momentum built up. So you need to slow down. You need to be patient with yourself. It will come. It will come. It must come. That's the way the law of attraction works. If you ask, it is given. It must come to you if you get in the same frequency as the thing you're asking about. If you match frequencies with the thing you're asking about. So that's on you. That's not, I can't control anybody. Don't want to control anybody. You have to get in alignment. That's the word. You have to get in alignment with the thing that you are desiring. So that means that educate yourself about frequencies and energy and all that stuff. Thanos, thank you very much. I appreciate your compliment. That's right, GC. Sometimes they don't come soon, but they do. I know, Giselle. We do need believers. And you can only imagine, sometimes I get a little frustrated. I admit I'm frustrated tonight because I just feel sometimes like I'm talking to the wall. And I know that's not true. You guys are here. You get it. I know that. But I want to help people so badly. And when so many people just want to, and I'm not talking about you, Curty. I'm talking about people even before I got here tonight. I was having a conversation with somebody, and I have helped them, and I've helped them, and I've helped them, and I've given them all kinds of guidance and answers, and they just can't hear me. They won't hear me. And after a while, you just, well, I don't know. I can't do any more. It's up to you now. So it's been that kind of a day, you know, but I get a little, it makes me sad is what it is. I get a little sad. Yeah, that's true, Gary. That is true. But how do people ascend? How do people become more evolved? Somebody's got to tell them. Somebody's got to plant that seed. And it may just be planting one seed that doesn't sprout for 20 years. But if that seed had not been planted by somebody, they would never. So maybe hopefully I'll live long enough to see some seeds coming up. Sadhana, I am in Alabama, USA. Yeah, Jay, that is it. I struggle for new words sometimes, a new way of saying the same old thing, but sometimes those words are what they need to be. And you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. And so sometimes I just get stuck in a rut, but I also think maybe that's, like I said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, but maybe that's what people need to hear. It's, you know, you have to keep it so simple. And, you know, you heard me the other night, I want to go off on some tangent, and so I had to pull myself down and try to keep it simple. Yes, everybody does have their own path. So very true. Well, welcome from India, yes. I have a good friend who's from India. We had dinner last week together. Well, it was a group of us to get together. Excellent, Jay. That's exactly the right thing to do. Just ground yourself and breathe. Do you have a chance to watch my video yet in the members community about breathing? I haven't even looked to see if anybody's watched it. Yes, we are, Gary. We're all sons and daughters of the Creator. Amen. And we all have our own unique path back home to our Creator, don't we? Indeed. You watched about half of it, Gary? Did you go to sleep? Was it that boy? Well, I don't have one right now. Hello, I don't have any more mini reads booked right now. So if somebody wants one, type it in the chat. Or if you, oh, you did? Thank you, Giselle. You watched it. Awesome. Thank you. Hopefully this week my schedule has gotten, as of yesterday and today, back to kind of semi-normal. So I can start making more. Awesome. I'm glad. I'm telling you, it's so simple that most people think, oh, this is nothing. But it really does work if you practice it, Giselle. It really does work. Thank you, Meg. Appreciate that. Which pillow were you going to ask about? The one I was sitting on in the video? You talking about that one? I don't know. You could be talking about that one. I don't know. It's called, if you're talking about the one in the video, that it's what I sit on when I meditate. It's called a Zafu, and they make them in sets. You can get them on the internet, you know, whatever, online. And they're either typically filled with kapok, which is like a real dense cotton fiber, or some kind of hulls of trying to think, what, some kind of a seed, the husk of some kind of a seed. I can't remember what. Well, I've had that particular one. Oh, you didn't, Jay? Well, that's weird. Yeah, well, maybe you just missed it, but yeah, I sent it. What day did I do that? Tuesday, I think. Hey, Erica, welcome. Thank you, Mohit. I appreciate the compliment. No, Maik, my path, my spiritual path, I was born into Christianity, and then as an adult, I embraced a path that is a synthesis of Buddhism, Confucianism, and Taoism, and that is my current path. It has been for over 35 years. Yeah, GC, if you know, I'm going to call you go between GC and Giselle. Just Google meditation Zafu, Z-A-F-U, and it should come up. That particular one was made by a student of mine many years ago. It needs some new stuffing in it. It's a little flat now, but I love it. I have a couple, actually. I had 3 sets, but when I downsized, I gave one of them away. So the cushion, you can turn it and sit flat, with like sit on it cross-legged. But as I've gotten older, I'm more comfortable if I sit on it the way I did in the video, with, you know, my knees the way, anyway, blah, blah, blah. And then you can have the cushion that was underneath that, the black one, I think I had that out, yeah. The round cushion is called a Zafu, and then the big flat cushion is called a Zabuton, I believe. But anyway, they make all these accoutrements and special pillows and all that for meditation. You can get little benches and all kinds of things. Well, Jay, this particular breathing technique is uber simple, but it's the one I use when I teach meditation classes. I've been using it for, like I said, over 35 years. And once you get practiced at it, you can use it just what you're saying, for anxiety, for, you know, if you get in traffic and you're road rage or whatever, or also if you're just one-on-one with somebody and you're having a difficult conversation, you're obviously not going to close your, excuse me just a minute, let me close my eyes and breathe and meditate, but, you know, but once you get practice at it, you can just kind of internally have the intention to go to that particular kind of breathing, and your body will just know it, it will recognize it, and it will start to calm you down. It will lower your heart rate, you know, your breathing goes deeper, it just calms you down. I actually have played with, I shouldn't say that played with, but I have. When I go in for my checkups, you know, and they take your blood pressure, I have this little game I play with myself about how much can I affect that. And I have actually had them have to go get a new machine, because if I'm doing it well, they can't find a blood pressure, and, you know, it goes low. And my blood pressure's low normally anyway, but healthy, just low. And if I'm playing with it and I get in my zone, and I've had them have to, well, this machine's not working, let's go get a new machine. They'll bring a new machine in. So funny. And I said something to, I've said it more than once actually to nurses, and I said, well, she said, it's awfully low. And I said, well, do you want it to go up? I can do that too. And so once you learn the technique, you can kind of do it on cue with the breathing, and it's very soothing. I can't do it now much past that third breath, and I just almost have to close my eyes. It instantly puts me into meditation. So correct, Gary. That's right. My path, and why I purposely call it a path. It is not a religion. Yes, you're making the point that Buddhism is a philosophy, not a religion. Exactly. Thank you, Kuda. Appreciate that. Sadhna, I sadly don't have time, and I am going to make a video about how to do that. I have a very old video that I did, I don't know, 10 or 15 years ago now, 10 years at least, how to meditate, but it had some bad editing, and so I need to redo it. But it's really the tool that I use, that I was taught, my teacher taught me, is you have to give your mind something else to do, because your mind is in control. Your mind wants to manage. Your mind is a governor. Its job is to keep you safe and keep things managed and keep things orderly. And so when you sit down to meditate, we call it the monkey mind. It's just doing its job. You just need to say thank you, but then give it something else to do. That's the trick. And so that's something else you give it to do is a specific breathing technique. You breathe into your belly. And, there's a posture. You want to have nice straight back and all the things. There's a whole long list of things I usually teach people when I get them, beginning of like a first class meditation. So it can be very simple. You just sit up in your bed or something, or in a comfortable chair. Be sure your back's nice and straight. Be sure the phone's off, the dogs are fed and out, no distractions. Have the intention to meditate, and then sit down, take some deep cleansing breaths, close your eyes, put your hands on your lap or like this, and then start breathing into your tummy here. That's the simple version, the quick Cliff Notes version. But if you focus when you're meditating, because I know 90% of the people I teach, the problem they have is settling their mind. So two things I would say about that. One is, the first thing you should do is manage your expectations, because most people think, oh, I'm going to sit down and meditate, which I've never done before maybe. And you have all these images in your head about people that are just zoned out and they're in no land and whatever. And you think you're supposed to be able to do that the first time you sit down. And so the moment you can't do it, or 5 minutes in or 10 minutes in, you're bored, your brain is going crazy, and you just give up. That happens a lot. And so you manage your expectations by knowing that meditation is just like going to the gym. It's a muscle. You have to train it. You have to exercise it. You have to do it consistently. And so as you do it consistently, you get better at it. You get better at relaxing. You get better at not entertaining the thoughts. But you have to give your mind something else to focus on. So when you start having the thoughts, you just bring yourself back to focus on the breathing. You just keep bringing yourself back and focusing on your breath every time. And eventually your mind learns it's no longer in control. You are, and there's a difference. So again, that's the short version. No, I have not read that book, Reality Transurfing. I have not read that. You are very welcome. Trying to understand what your comment there was, Gary. I said what? I said this. Oh, not the chest. Yeah, you're not breathing up here, if that's what you're talking about. You're breathing in your dantian. Wilhelm, I am not certain what that means. I know a little bit about dreams, but that one, I don't know. I'd have to look up what the symbology of that is. You are very welcome, Sadha. Now, I hope it helps. Let me know. Gary, it's called patience, tolerance, and centering. Yes. Yes, it is. And welcome to Ash. Okay, guys. Does anybody else have a question about general practices, esoteric or metaphysical? If not, I have no more reading requests. I will bid you a good evening. You are very welcome. Sorry, I'm just not, that's not my, it's not my wheelhouse, as they say, not my thing. I do a lot of other cool stuff, but, and sometimes I know, like for example, in dreams, when you dream about people being in your dreams, it's really, they all represent different aspects of you, typically, not really other people. But I don't know about puppies. I don't know what that means. Well, that's one way to say it. Yes, Gary, yes. We learn how to do the chest breathing because that's, as babies and infants and children, we watch parents breathe. It's a learned thing. When you're born, babies, our innate instinct, when we're first born, babies, if you watch a baby breathe, they breathe in their bellies. So when you learn, when you breathe in your chest and your upper chest, it's because you've learned to do that by watching other adults. All right, guys, last chance to ask me other questions. Thank you very much for your subscription, and I know that's another language, I guess, or I'm going to call you Ox, or is that XO, like XO? To you too, Gary. What'd you think of? What'd you think of, Jay? Erica, not a personal reading question, but we're talking about just general metaphysical, esoteric, spiritual question, that kind of question is what I'm asking. I mean, if you want to purchase a reading, a mini read, you may do that, but I like to also discuss other things here. I know, we're waiting on the edge of our seat for Jay to type his question. Well, that's very different. Mohit is asking, how many times do we have to meditate? I think it's if you can, because we live in a practical world. We have jobs, we have families, we have obligations. So the best meditation is, okay, Jay, the best meditation is the one you will do when you can do it. Now, if there's an ideal and you can arrange your schedule, it's really beautiful to start your day with a meditation. It really sets the pace. You will find over time, if you do it in the morning, you will find that if you don't do it one day, you'll really miss it. I've had students many times tell me that. My day was just really off because I didn't meditate this morning. I felt different. I didn't have as much patience. I just felt I wasn't grounded. I wasn't centered. So if you can do it in the morning to start your day, that's fabulous. If you can do it twice a day and do it again in the evening, that's also lovely. I also get asked how long. Well, there's a fine line. If you're meditating and you're forcing yourself to sit there, let's say you started getting really antsy and anxious and miserable at about 10 minutes, but you sat there another 10 minutes, then guess what? You're not going to want to ever do that again. So you want to push your limit a little bit, but maybe you could go to 15 minutes instead of 10 minutes. So it's, again, it's like going to the gym. It's a muscle you have to exercise. You have to push your comfort zone. So you can't just sit down for 2 minutes, okay, I'm done, and get up. You'll never progress. So find a sweet spot where you're pushing your limits a little bit, but you're not so miserable and uncomfortable that you think you'll never want to do it again, in terms of how long to sit and meditate. I thought we had talked about that, Mohit. Yes. Yes. I finally got around to creating a video for my members about the specific breathing technique, and now I'm going to try this week to get a how to meditate video for my members as well. Well, Ariana, I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad you love it. All right, let me check. Jay, have you sent it? Let me get over here and open that up. I am so irritated that every darn time it wants me to put in my password. And yet it's got my password. I want to stay logged in, if you please. Ooh. Well, now you know my answer to that. You know my answer to that already. Just saying. I'll pull cards, but you know what I'm going to say to you about that. You will if you think you will, Jay. You will if you believe you will. Thank you, Anan. I appreciate that. Maddie, I am doing a few mini reads for people. Well, it does have it. That's exactly why I get frustrated. It has it, but I probably need to just get my face up closer. Well, actually, no. My phone is Face ID. This is Thumb ID, and I'm putting my thumb on it, and it's still not wanting to, I don't know. I know you do. Yeah, yes, you do know what I'm going to tell you. But let's pull some advice about that. How about it? We'll pull some advice, but you know the whole speech. You hear it. You type it on here every time, right? You type all that, so I know you know. But let's ask some advice, some guidance and advice that might be helpful. Yeah, it's a minor thing. It's no, I just, but you know, most apps, if you stay logged in, I mean, if you don't log out, it'll keep you logged in. You just have to put your thumb on it, but it's not doing that. I'll have to go in there and check the settings at some point. All right, I'm going to ask for advice. Now, this is a conversation between Jay and I, so I'm going to ask the question. He's purchased a reading on PayPal. He's posted his questions over there, and I'm going to keep that between us, but I'm going to ask the cards quietly, and then I'm going to give some advice. Well, the first thing I'm going to tell you is don't lose your gusto, this can be a lack of creativity, a lack of curiosity, procrastination. And I think this is self-doubt. You doubting yourself. The Magician in the upright means you have all the resources. Now, like in some other kind of reading, I would tell you that's manipulation. But I think it's just telling you, don't doubt yourself. You do have the resources to accomplish this. What else, please, can you tell me for Jay? You're your own worst enemy. Look at you. You probably got a hot Trans Am sitting out there too, don't you, Jay? No one right now. The one I'm on, and no one other than this one right now, Sarah. Your lucky night. Yeah, make a strategy. Make your strategy. Now, this is interesting. The Ace of Swords. And I know these cards are small, so this is the Seven of Swords, which sometimes means deception. You're deceiving yourself that you can't do this. And that's toxic. That's what's killing it. That's what's holding you back. Remember, this is about things that restrict you. Are you addicted to negative thought about yourself? So, Jay, sit on that one a minute. Are you addicted to negative thinking about yourself and your abilities to do this? So make a strategy, because I think you feel like this is a little of imposter syndrome if you do this thing. And it's hard not to have that when you're the thing you're asking me about. I get it. I do. I get it. But make a strategy. Now, this is an epiphany, or of course it means the truth. It means getting clarity about things. Getting clarity that you are and can be and will be inspired. You can and will receive inspiration, downloads, enlightenment, information. Thank you, Sarah. I see your super chat. Thank you. Well, I know, and I'm going to use just my comment about this is, for example, if you're looking for perfection in what you do, that's admirable. It really, really is. It's admirable. I tend to have a little of that in me too. However, for example, I have over 400 videos here on my YouTube channel. I'm a young channel, but still, I have over 400 videos here. And I have not edited 1 minute of any video here. It's all me. You take it or leave it. I'm just here. What you see is what you get. So you have to be okay. Well, you don't have to do anything. I don't mean to sound bossy. I'm saying that in certain ventures, like this venture you're talking about, you need to be okay with that. You need to be okay. Well, hey, I'm just human. I'm just doing me out here, and I'm whatever your end goal is for that. I'm just doing me, and I'm gonna be authentic while I'm doing it. Really, Jay, I think it's that simple. But you are doubting yourself with this. Yeah, you really are. Crossroads. Oh, yeah, you are. I mean, I want to do it, but I'm afraid. This is my freshman teenage boy who wants to ask the who wants to ask the head cheerleader out to the prom, and he knows, he feels, he doesn't know, he feels like she's way out of my league. I can't do this. I can't do this. And that's the feeling I get from that card. Well, good. I'm glad you're taking it to heart. Yes. Yeah. What else? Let me see. I don't think that's all. I think they want to tell you more. Let's see. Let's see what else Spirit wants to tell you. Oh, I don't think those are part. I think this is it. Yeah. Be careful that you forget to listen to your intuition. And another thing, this is a card of, in the reverse, High Priestess in reverse, means illumination, things being shown. Because in the upright, she sees everything. She doesn't talk about it, she doesn't share it, but she sees and knows everything. In the reverse, this to me is, as a reader, is things being illuminated. So it's like, again, I'm going to use myself as an example out here on YouTube. I'm talking about a steep learning curve, about a lot of things to be out here. So you will learn things. It will teach you, but just stay in tune. Learn your, excuse me. One second. Learn to not ignore your intuition. In other words, listen to your intuition. It will guide you. That's where these ideas and epiphanies and these downloads will come from. You're gonna have to love yourself through this one, Jay. It's not easy. And I don't know who's sitting on that heart button, but it tickles me to death to see that. Thank y'all. Thank you, whoever's doing that. Oh, yeah, and you saw me shuffling. That wants to come out again. Yes. What do you mean? Let's leave it out. What do you mean? Tell me. Yeah, eventually you'll get over it. I was looking at the bottom of the deck. Aw, Lily, how very sweet. Thank you, love. That is so sweet of you to say. And yes, I do too, frankly. I do too. Thank you. Sarah, yes, I did, sweetie. I've written you down, and thank you. Siri thinks I'm talking to him. There we go. Thank you. I did. And I will do yours next when I finish with this one for Jay. So why? Why is this tower here? What are you trying to tell us with this tower? Please and thank you. Please and thank you. Yeah, it's funny, Lily. Every reader has their own style, but you know, I mean, literally, I'm just here being me. It's just, I'm not a prude. For those of you who've been in with me on the closed live chats, like the after party we did, you know I'm not a prude, and I will let some words fly, but it's just not what I do here. I want to keep this PG and clean, and so everybody feels supported, and I feel like that's the kind of regular people that I'm getting here is, you know, that come back. They I get very moved and my heart is warmed by how people are supporting one another in the chat over here. Guess who came back? You're just, this is like, Jay, again, use the analogy of the freshman, the little freshman who wants to ask the head cheerleader out to the prom, but you know, she's out of his league and he knows she's probably going to say no, so he's afraid. He's just afraid. This is like paralyzing because it's, I'm afraid to try for fear of failing. Because on this card, in this deck, you see the pigs with wings? Yeah, she'll say yes when pigs fly. So I feel like this is back to your doubting yourself. You just don't believe it yet. Now, when you start believing it, when you start believing, not only can I make pigs fly, I might be one of those pigs flying. I might sprout my own darn wings and fly. When you start believing in yourself, then that's when this Wheel of Fortune turns in your favor. Yep. Now, I want to ask, because let me get one more card here. Tell me about this. Dotman, no, the free reading slot has been spoken for tonight. You have to get here in the first 60 seconds, basically, to get that free reading slot. But I do come on here several times a week, so don't give up. Oh, Bob, I hope you're talking to me. I'd love that comment is me. I'd love to think that. But I think I think you're sending that to Jay, so I'll share. We definitely want to give that to Jay. Yeah. Okay. So once you stop, because you know the Eight of Wands talks about communication, forward movement, and it's not, I mean, it's in the reverse, so this means that's not happening right now. Now, I know we talked about maybe future. I don't know what your time frame is for this venture. But to me, I'm getting a strong energy here because you know I'm all about in here that if you, I'm getting an energy too that right now you're censoring what you're doing. You're censoring it and you're holding back. And I'm not saying you shouldn't censor yourself to some extent, but it's inhibiting your creativity. And speaking as an artist, I know about this. You know, it just is a thing. So there's a message here too about give yourself permission to not hold yourself out, not be inhibited. Now, you have the power unless you're doing something like I'm doing, which is doing a live, and then you're just, what happens, happens. But, you know, I make other videos, and I could, if I was making just a recorded video, I would have all the control in the world about that, wouldn't I? I would say, okay, well, I messed up, let me edit that out, or let me do this or do that. But I could feel like I had more freedom to really let go and express myself because I have that option if I need it. If I need it. There's just something here that you're holding yourself back. And this is also the second message of that, back to your mind is holding you back. Your thoughts are holding you back. But now, when you fix this, when you turn this up right and you start thinking real positively and take that mask off, look what's coming. You're going to move like you've been shot out of a cannon. You did. Awesome. Well, Bob, that's awesome. You're a moderator on another channel too. I'm telling you guys, people on this side of the camera could not function without good moderators. I'm blessed to the moon and back to have such good ones here. Yeah, Jay, I know it's not a natural thing for 99% of the people on the planet. It's not. You know, it took me a little bit, but let's talk about what is that anyway? What is it? It's self-acceptance, right? It's like, okay, here I am. And you see how many comments here, for example, in my feed, because thank God you sweet moderators edit that out, and you try to save me from seeing some of that, but I see it. They talk about me being an old lady and wrinkly and die tomorrow, die in any minute, old lady, and, you know, just stupid stuff. People are just stupid and cruel, and they're stupid. Anyway, so you have to have a thick skin. You just got to know. And for me, you know, once in a while it gets to me when if I'm having an off day. but I know, let me restate this. I tell myself, because I do believe this, let me say, I remind myself that you don't know what people are going through. You don't. People can be going through the most horrific things, and maybe this is the only outlet they have where they can lash out, and you just don't know what people are going through. And so I try to cut people slack, like, yeah, I wish I hadn't said that, and that didn't feel good, but, you know, I don't know what you're going through. And then sometimes people are just idiots. So you just have to have sort of a conversation with yourself before you do something like this to make a decision. It's a decision, literally, Jay. It's a decision. I will not be bothered. I'm going to just let those people be over there and be them, and I will not be bothered, nor, and this is the most important thing, nor will I let anything that is said here affect my self-worth. That's really what this is about, is believing that my worth, I'm speaking about you, but me too, I'm using myself as an example. My worth, my value in the world is not determined nor affected by what anybody here on YouTube says about me. It just isn't. I won't let it. So I try to be kind. I try to do the right things. I try to do my best for you guys here. And if I am not perfect, then I am not perfect. Oh, well. And so you would be well served to get a good handle on that attitude. But the biggest thing I see for you here, Jay, is your confidence. And it's not easy. It is not. You have the skills. You're playing small. I'm going to call you on that. You're playing small. I see the comments. I know how smart you are. I know how spiritually bright you are and in tune. And so I'm going to say, if anything, Jay, you have an issue around being more of a fear of succeeding than you do a fear of failing. Because if you succeed, people see you, they hear you. Then there becomes a responsibility, and there becomes a bullseye kind of, and not to go all off, but I will, that probably comes from your childhood. And I know I had to overcome that, one of these too, because in my childhood, you wanted to disappear. The only safe place was when you were quiet and nobody knew what you were, you know. In other words, it wasn't safe to be seen or heard. You needed to be quiet and you needed to disappear, and that's where you were safe. And so if you have that issue, then you've got to heal it, basically. You've got to heal it and get over your own darn self, because that interferes with, that's basically what's fueling a fear of success. Because if you're successful, then that you're successful because people are seeing you or hearing you, or I kind of thought I might be right about that, yeah. Well, you're very welcome. I mean, this is how I can show my appreciation, Jay. I'm happy to do this, and you didn't have to pay me, but I do appreciate it. You know I do. But I feel like that's one of your patterns that you have is more related to a fear of succeeding than a fear of failing. Again, because I think if you were, and it does come from your childhood, you're saying, yeah, it was a lot easier to be quiet. Yep, I know this one too. I used to be energetic and talkative as a kid, and then I realized it was easier to stay quiet. Yes, and that's what I'm feeling here. And so that's, that's what's coming, what this is doing for you, this venture that you wanted, it's pushing you, and that's how Spirit works, and I love it. It's pulling you to it like it's a calling. Come do this, and you have a hard time resisting it. But the reason that's is calling, not only do you have the gifts and it's something you'll help people with, but then it's also saying, but we're going to throw a little healing opportunity in here for you too, by the way. So I would recommend highly. You have worried that it is a fear of succeeding. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling. And you know, that can also bleed over into relationships, because I remember when you first came on here, you said something about having challenges with that as well, and girls and this and that. So it's the same issue, whether it's a relationship or a adventure like this that you want to do. If I'm seen, people don't understand me, they don't get me, they don't value me. In my case, it was I get the crap beat out of me, or I get the worse or worse. So for me, I needed to hide. I needed to find just the only place I was safe. So it really is something to work on. And you can start, of course, by finding ways to soothe yourself and doing a little pre-paving like we talked about the other night. Jeff, I'll have to look. It's a Revlon color. I don't know. I'd have to go look. I'm sorry. This one, I don't know the name of it. Something pink. I'd have to go look. You're saying it's been hard to accept because it feels strange to fear something like succeeding. So I know it. So I become hard on myself for feeling that way. I am right there. I'm telling you, I have lived this. I think the first big time for me when I became aware of this was when I had my first art show. And artists, you know, it's such a personal experience when you create something, particularly like painting. And it's like you're putting yourself, your innards, your inner world out on that canvas for the world to see, and you feel so exposed and vulnerable. And so for me, that was the first time I became aware of that issue. But I knew what it was, I recognized it, and I said, you know, got to get over this. So it just means you got to soothe yourself. You got to soothe that inner child, like we talked about the other night when we had our membership live. You got to, you know, soothe the inner child. It's your inner child. Your adult self needs to soothe your inner child self. So start by, you know, having an internal dialogue. That was then. I understand where that came from, but you're okay. This is now. Nothing bad's going to happen. This is whatever you're fearing, blah, blah, blah. You can name it. It's not going to happen now. This is different. I know I can handle anything now because I'm an adult. I can handle this. I can handle this. So another tool, I don't know how you feel about this, Jay, but one of the things I've always used is, what is the worst possible scenario? And I think about that in my mind, and I say, and I picture that, and now I'm not creating it, but I'm just saying, I quickly say, okay, that's probably the worst possible thing, and how would I handle that? Okay. If I'm at my best, how would I handle that? Okay. All right, good. I get it. I can do that. I can do that. So it's almost like, all right, I've imagined that worst case scenario. Now I can let it go. Now I can come back to, oh, I can handle that. That's no big deal. So soothe yourself. Soothe that inner child. Talk to yourself. Imagine what the worst is. Well, somebody says something to you, whatever that is for you. Thank y'all for hitting those hearts. then start with your affirmations, right? I'm not perfect. I don't need to be perfect. I'm perfect enough for me, right? I'm the best I can be, and I'm getting better. I have a lot to share with other people. I can contribute a lot by what I'm giving here. And I'm talking about you and your venture. I'm talking as if I'm you. I have a lot I can share here. I have skills. I have skills that I can share. And I know I'm the only one holding myself back. So it's okay. I also know that I'm getting divine inspiration. And that's the truth. I am. And the only person that's going to create this tower, this worst case fear scenario, is me. Is me. Right? I have control over this fortune, money, success, in this case, success. And it's all right here in my mind. I have control of that. And I can just point these horses wherever I want them to go. I can point them in the direction of success, and I know it's going to be okay. Now, one of the big things is tell yourself you're safe. I'm safe. It's okay. You know, just if you have to say that 100 times. It's safe for me to do X, Y, Z. It's safe for me to express myself. It's safe for me to be me. Just naturally me. It's safe. It's safe. You can even go into, I am supported best when I am authentic. People see me and they like me, the natural, authentic me. They like that version of me best. You know, make up your own language, but I really feel like that's the last card, and I love it. That Chariot says, what is the saying? All systems go. All systems go. Once you start doing this in your mind, turning it around. So you got homework, don't you, Jay? You have got homework. There you go, Bob. That is so very true. Bob says, my greatest skill in life is my experience. Amen. And that is one of the things that I believe about older people here on YouTube. We have so much experience. And, you know, the young people, some of them honor it, some of them don't, especially in our culture, not so much. But the smart ones do. The smart ones know they don't need to reinvent the wheel and etc. Oh, well, I hope that helps, Jay. I hope that helps, because this looks good to me, but you got to get out of your own way here. So I know you can do it. I know you can. I know you've got the skills. Like I said, I've seen some of the things. Of course, I don't know what it's about, but I really think you can do it. That's a handful. Oh, hand me my blanket. I had to... Thank you. Thank you. Good. I'm so glad it helps, Jay. Awesome. Then I am happy to be here for you. Excellent. Yeah, and it will test you. Let me tell you, it will test you. You see what goes on. You're the one that's getting rid of all that nonsense for me, right? So it will. It will test you. Exactly, Bob. You were thinking what I was thinking. That's right. Because he sees, and he's the one that deletes all that nonsense. Well, he's one of my moderators, but yes. Oh, goodness. Awesome. Well, Jay, you got this. You got this. Just talk yourself, you know, talk yourself out of the corner. Okay, now, Sarah, you sent a super chat, so let me see. Yeah, and I give my moderators that option depending. I don't know if they do that or not. I mean, I have seen one or two. I try just to let them handle it. But occasionally when I'm stuck here without a moderator, I do that, depending on what the offense was, of course. But well, thank you very much. ARI, I need to put these on. Ta-da, now I can see you people. ARI. Good evening and warm welcome to you. All right, now let me go back up here. Sarah, are you here? Please sound off in the chat. And let me see if I can find your super chat. Back up here. I got you. Sarah wants to know, what does Spirit want to tell me? Now I see your comment down here. Okay, I got you. One second, y'all. I'm having a sidebar. Hey, Mary, do you have anybody in your family that's deceased that's either Italian or looks Italian or looked Italian, younger male? When I say Italian, dark hair. Yes. Does that answer your question? Okay, Sarah. Sarah. Sarah wants a message from Spirit. Is this the right deck? Yes, okay. You're very welcome, Mary. Glad I could do that for you. Now, Sarah wants to know, does Spirit have a message, and what would that be? Y'all, excuse me 1 minute. Sarah, my apologies. I'll be with you. Thank you for your patience. Mary, are you still here? Hello, Diego. Scorpions. Mary, are you still here? He says stop worrying about him. Now, I don't know if that's directed at you or a family member, but he's telling your family to stop worrying about him. He's fine. Well, yes, they are, Bob. I agree. Good manners. Okay, I thought it was you, but yes. He is fine, really. He's fine, and he is checking in on you. But just know he's okay, and he keeps saying, stop worrying about me. I'm fine. I mean, almost like, stop it. I'm fine. So you must talk to him a lot. People, and Sarah, particularly for you, my apology. Sometimes if something comes in, like Mary was asking about somebody that she was asking if some about a deceased loved one, if that was what, anyway. And sometimes Spirit, my team stops me in my tracks, and I'm trying to move forward doing a reading for you, and they're saying, oh, no, you're not. No, you're not. You're going to do this because we're in charge. You're not. So I couldn't go forward with your reading. Sometimes I can't. Like, I can't shuffle the cards. I can't do anything else but communicate the message they want me to give. For, in this case, it was Mary. So that's why I had to stop and give that message for Mary. And so y'all don't all get offended because I'm not doing anything special for you. It's because I couldn't. My team is in charge here, and especially when it comes to deceased loved ones, because I'm a medium. I don't just sit here and read tarot cards. And so there's somebody here they wanted me to bring through real quickly, and that's why that happened. So my apologies. Thank you, Sarah, for being patient, darling. I appreciate you. Yeah, me too. And that's why I do it. I mean, yes, me too. A lot of people need to hear that. Yes. Hey, Mary, he's got one other message for you. He says he sure does miss your cooking. Okay, can I move on now? Is that it? Is that it? Does that resonate? Okay, good. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I think, can I move on now? Hey, Sarah, has this happened when you bought a reading before? Seems like you're always having to wait. Is that you? Because we got to work on that. Seems like this has happened before. You get interrupted. Your reading gets interrupted. Anyway. Oh, good. Mary say, yes, ma'am, I'm a cooking fool. Oh, yeah. I love that. Awesome. Oh, I'm so glad I could do that for you tonight, Mary. That's wonderful. Yeah, I think there were questions surrounding his passing, and that's why he wants to come through. And I know there was a lot of worry about that. And again, he's doing fine. He crossed over fine. He's fine, and he's just letting you know all's well. Okay. Yeah, JP, I know all about that. Okay, let's see if we can move forward now. Can I? I mean, it's like glue. I can't. It's the weirdest feeling. My pleasure, Mary. My pleasure. Glad you found me tonight. Just stumbled on in here. You didn't know, did you? You just stumbled on in this little old chat. We didn't. See, spirit is magic. Spirit is magic, how it works. Oh my goodness. All right, Sarah. I think we're moving on here. Thank you guys so much. Now, let's give a message for Sarah. Let's give a message for Sarah. Let's give a message for Sarah. Yes, it was destined. No such thing as an accident. All right, let's switch energy now. Come on, let's settle down. Settle in, settle down. You don't want that one? Okay. Do you have a request? How do you feel about this one? How do you feel about this one? Just something else? Okay, what is this one? Okay. Could you give me a message for Sarah, please? Well, Chris, ask Mary how she feels about that. Mary, what would you say to Chris about that? All right, come on, give me a message for Sarah, please. What have you lost your confidence about? Friend, what have you lost your confidence about? You've lost your confidence and your passion. My goodness, you're feeling stuck. What's going on here, friend? Something. All right, all right. Calm down. Calm down. All right. Oh, that's interesting. Well, Sarah, let's talk. Have you had aw, Jay, that's sweet. Now, have you just had some kind of, let me see, I don't know, I just need to, hang on a minute, y'all. Well, in a love reading, this would be a breakup. Okay, this would be a breakup, but it could be a breakup at work. It could be a friend, a family member, something like that. If you just had a situation where there is disharmony of some kind, either in a relationship or at home, is this like something recent that's just happened to you? Because, yeah, I mean, I'm going to tell you. SY, I'm squinting because I probably should put my glasses back on, but yes, I do readings. But the free reading slot has already been spoken for tonight. Sarah, where are you, love? Sarah. There you are. Not particularly. You're feeling, in general, feeling distant from most people. Yeah, that's the lack of harmony. Well, you know I got to dig a little bit. Let's keep going. We'll see, because kind of have to get some kind of a storyline here, and then it gives me advice. It's just the way my team works. Hey, Chris. I'm going to make a suggestion for you, because I just caught a little bit of your comment there about missing your dad. I like to tell this when I can, when I have an opportunity, because a lot of people need to hear it. So if you want confirmation, I mean, it's not like having them where you can put your arms around them, but I like to tell people to ask for a sign from them. Maybe there was something in particular, like, did he like to golf? Is there something you shared about something, whatever. You know, you can ask them, hey, Dad, if you're still here, send me a sign. Now, you have to understand, let's use this example, for instance, if it was golf, you could say, show me golf balls. I don't know, making something up here. Or show me an orange golf ball or something crazy, but not too crazy. And then just be on the lookout, because a lot of people use feathers and coins and things like that. That's very common that you would get those from spirits. But if you ask them for something specific like that, then you have to also be aware that it can come in different ways. Using the example of golf, for example, if he was a golfer or whatever, you might say that, or maybe y'all play golf. I'm just using that as an example. And you use that and you say, okay, show me an orange golf ball or something. Then be on the lookout, because it could show up in any number of ways. It could be on the sign of a bus that goes by, or a billboard. It could be in an ad. It could be in somebody's logo on their letterhead. It could be, you could literally stumble across one on the golf course or on the whatever. You have to be open to looking, being able to see. It could be in a painting, could be, you know, anywhere. So you have to just be mindful it can come to you in a lot of different ways. So I would try that. And, you know, give it a week or two, but have the conversation with your dad as if he's in the room with you, because they very often are. They very often are. So try that and see, because you will likely get confirmation, and then that will help you believe. And the more you believe, the more confirmations you'll get, and it creates this wonderful communication with you and your loved one. So I just had to deliver that message. Now, Sarah, back to you. My ever-patient Sarah. See, Mary, I love that. Mary says sometimes she can smell her mom's perfume. I love that, Goth. That's an awesome example. I live in a rural area, and I asked for a taxi as a sign because they're pretty rare to see, and I did get the confirmation. See? There you go. It works. Now back to Sarah, who has got the patience of Job here. Oh, Sarah, there's disappointment in your energy here. Disappointment about things, maybe not. I'm hearing, I mean, again, I'm used to doing so many love readings. This is the player card, the in and out card. But ultimately, it means, in reverse, this can mean you're unhappy because maybe you're feeling like there's nothing consistent. Kind of like, I can't hang my hat on anything. I want something good. I want something dependable. I want something I don't feel as reckless and a waste of my energy. And I don't know, there's something here. Let's see where this goes, though. Well, of course, Chris, I'm glad when I can do that. I can't always, but I'm so glad to be able to do that, because I feel like part of my mission, my wish here on YouTube is helping people with those kinds of things and educating yourself that you can ask for that. Some people don't even have a clue they can ask for that. So my pleasure. And stop back and visit us again. Awesome, Bob. Well, thank you for being here. And I don't know what your channel is, but I'm wishing you lots of luck and success there. Thank you for your good energy tonight and conversation in the chat. I appreciate you. Thank you. Sarah, I am not sure I'm connecting. I don't know what this is for you here, but I might just start all over again. So you're not happy about things, something, it could be something specific, could be just something, it just could be saying a general malaise. Can we say that? Yes, you do have my permission, Bob. Thank you for being respectful and asking that. Yes, absolutely. And Gary is another person that watches, that he's a regular and he has a channel here. He hasn't really wanted to share his, but yes. So go ahead and type that in and I'll give you a shout out here. Ready for any trolls? Yeah, oh gosh. It is, Sarah. I'm just trying to make sense of what these cards are out here. And so far, it's not. Oh, did you really? Okay, well, perfect, because I got sidetracked and now I'm back doing your reading. So, Spirit was taking care of us here. So, Bob, are you going to tell us what your channel is, though? So, Sarah, what I was saying, I think you were gone here. I was asking for confirmation about this. There's an energy here, I feel. And again, I don't know if this is about something specific or this is just more about a general feeling that you're having right now, that you're disappointed about. As I said, I'm just going to repeat myself because you weren't here. Excuse me, this Knight of Wands. He's often called the player card, but that's not what we're doing tonight. It feels to me like an energy of in and out and in and out, and this goes there and this goes there and this goes there, and I never have anything stable. Or you're looking for something stable and it just hasn't happened yet. So I don't know what that applies to, but can you confirm, and it just might be a general malaise or just sort of I'm meh about life. And sometimes you are feeling, at times I get the sense that you're feeling maybe like, you know, you have these bouts of emotions. Now, I feel like you're young. I have no idea how old you are, but I feel like you're young, and I want to tell you that's normal. It goes with life, and I don't think there's anything abnormal about what you're feeling. But I just think you judge yourself harshly about that at times. You're 26. Yeah, I could feel you were young. I just am getting this energy from you of meh. I'm surprised the Four of Cups hasn't come out. And you know, Tara's going to give me the backstory. That's why we're having to dig here. It's what goes with the territory for me here. Now, all that being said, I'm going to put them back and start over. I felt like I had so many interruptions here and I wasn't giving you good attention. I didn't like that. So I want to start over for you. Oh, but I was right. Okay. True. I am just, meh. I mean, I didn't get that so much off the cards. It's just that I you know, I can read energy and I just feel like that. Bleh. Yeah. Amarjeet, thank you so much for your subscription. I appreciate you. Now, I have been here. I know you're just probably scrolling in the shorts feed and you just found me, but the free reading slot has already been spoken for, and that was about 2 hours plus ago. However, if you are subscribed and you've turned on your notifications, YouTube will notify you, and I do come on here live 2-3 times a week to do these readings. If you're looking for a free reading, you have to get there in about the first 60 seconds because they go very fast. Okay. I want to ask again for Sarah. Telling me cut the deck. Hello, Nikki. Welcome. Now, they're giving me a little different instructions on how to handle this deck. I don't know what that's about, but I want to follow what my team is saying. All right. Yeah, you're feeling kind of disconnected, aren't you? It's the Three of Pentacles in reverse. This is a lack of collaboration, a lack of agreement, it's a lack of coming together. And I feel this energy of, it's like I try to connect and I just can't, and I keep missing, and it's just like, this just popped into my mind. You don't feel like you've found your soul tribe yet. But Spirit is saying, hang on. Don't give up hope. Hang on. Sarah, for someone young as you are, and that's young to me because I'm so old. Spirit has given you some lessons here, and they're saying two things. You've been settling some karma, okay? We all do, don't we? No running from it. But some things you've been dealing with, I'm hearing, in particular in the last 3 years, that you've been dealing with. They're wanting you to know it's not just life sucks. It's that you've just been dealing with some karma, okay? It's just some stuff you've had to pay the proverbial debt or whatever. Now, part of that, and the timing of that for you, is because there is a certain awakening, even at your young age, that you're being asked to do. You are being asked to mature spiritually faster than maybe somebody else would. Let's leave it at that. There is an awakening that Spirit wants you to go through, wants you to experience. And you're resisting it, but I don't think you're doing that consciously. It's just human nature to want to avoid difficulty. It's human nature to want to run away from things. Hey, L3, how are you tonight? Good to see you. Good to see you. We had a good live the other night, didn't we? And then I think after you, I'm going to close it down for tonight. I think you'll be my last reading, L3. So, to my moderators. Sarah, there is something in you that, okay, I'm trying to capture all this they're giving me. So, Spirit wants you to know that this is not for naught. Not N-O-T for not, N-A-U-G-H-T, that you've been going through, excuse me. And I know you have agonized, you have lost sleep about these things, these challenges you've been going through for a few years now. It's caused you anxiety. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. It was fun for me too, yes. L3, sorry, I was commenting. One of my members. So, that's a two-edged sword. Human nature, we're going to worry about things. Human nature, when things happens to us, that's where we go. It's just part of the human makeup. But Spirit is saying it wants you to take those events of your life here and now, that is the Nine of Swords, isn't it? The deck. I'm trying to read it without my glasses. Nine of Swords, yeah. Turn these lemons into lemonade. And this is a big ask for somebody at your age. I won't lie. I'm not saying it's not available for everybody, but I'm really having trouble putting this into words. I feel the sense of what they want me to say. It's like they're asking you to step up, to make choices, to make very wise choices, so that, and to understand and have a spiritual maturity beyond your years. They're asking you to have a spiritual maturity, to evolve to the point to have a spiritual maturity beyond your years. And they want you to, but so that, because there's some mission here that's come, I don't know what it is, but there's something that's coming toward you that very possibly you've asked for, and you're going to need this. And I don't mean to scare you, I don't mean it that way. But you have lots of choices. You're young, you got your whole life ahead of you. And this is the card that says you have options, you have choices. You're spoiled for choices at work. However, I am so drawn to this one in the middle that I can't even see these other choices here. And Spirit is saying, yes, you have lots of choices, you have lots of options of what you could do with your life. You have lots of things opportunities that are coming at you. You're young, everything's great. But there's one in particular. There's this one that we're trying to guide you toward, that this is going to be important. What you've been experiencing and what you've gone through is important because it's given you skills, it's given you strength, it's given you learning that is going to prep you for this that's coming toward you. Sarah, are you still here or did you leave again? Okay. How will you know what that is? Oh, I don't think they're going to tell me that. But I'll ask. How will she know what that is? How will she know what this is? Okay, maybe I was wrong. It's something that's going to push you in a way you've never been pushed. It's something you're going to feel like you're overwhelmed. This is the qualities is how you'll know. It's something you're going to make you feel like you're juggling all you can handle. You're juggling. You're going to. I don't want to make this about a third party because it's not a love reading. But this deck in particular, the artwork makes me. This is about overindulging. So something is going to push you. It's going to make you feel overwhelmed. You're going to be tempted to overindulge in something. It's going, now this could be a person, because I've got a King of Wands here. This could be saying there's a person coming into your life that might push your buttons, that might trigger you. It could even be, I mean, this is not a love reading, but it could be saying this situation, you may feel juggled by somebody who puts you in a third party. It could literally be that. Because this King of Wands in reverse is somebody who would do that. He's very shallow. He's very materialistic. He's very self-absorbed. Now, if it's not that, let's hope it's not. Because it could be somebody from your past. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Who now might come in and tell you there's things. Yeah, that could be. Hopefully that's not what it is. Wait, I missed your comment. No, I didn't miss it. That was the old one. Okay. But if it's not that, let's give you an option here. If it's not that, then it could just be saying something that makes you feel overwhelmed. And it could be by a person who exhibits these qualities I spoke about. Now, this can be a business. The King of Wands in the upright is also a business person. So it could be, say, a boss or somebody you do have a working relationship with or something. But in reverse, this is somebody who is very selfish and they want things their way, and they're all about themselves, and they're all about how they look, and what kind of car they drive, and it could also be saying, don't you be that. Don't you be pulled into that kind of energy. That's not who you are. You're discovering that. This could be somebody from your past. Or it can also talk about family. So I don't know. Could that be somebody from your family? But this is being reminiscent about something from your past, someone from your past, or family memories, family. Being nostalgic, thinking about it. But I feel like this Nine of Pentacles is probably you. This is probably saying, instead of thinking about the past and what was back here, focus on you and your future and you being stable and your money and your independence. Now I have to look because there's something here I don't know what that... Okay, oftentimes there's a bird in these, but every deck has a different bird, and I'm not sure what that is. Is it supposed to be... Oh, that maybe it's supposed to be a falcon. Okay. Because in some of the decks it is a falcon, which is fierce. This is teaching you, whatever this is that's coming to you, is going to teach you, give you the skills to master your world, your, and again, this could be at work. I don't necessarily think that's the case, but because this is a falcon, and in the United States, I don't know about other parts of the world, but in the United States, it is very, very, very difficult to own a bird of prey. And that's what she has there. So you have to be pretty special to be able to manage that. So this could be saying this is preparing you for something in a career. In a career. I'm not, maybe you like handling birds. I have no clue here. That's what it looks like, Sarah. A person is going to help you come into spiritual awakening, but not in a kind way, is what I guess I would say. You know, not like you meet a good teacher and they sit you down and they give you lessons and you go to class every week. That's one way to get that, right? That's not who this person is. But you will go from here to this lady, the Queen of Pentacles. And I really feel like, let me see what else is here. Yes. Ooh, good Lord. This is magical. I mean, quite literally. The Queen of Pentacles to the Magician. Yeah. And the Four of Pentacles. Oh, Lord. I have all this now. How do I hold on to it? So, Sarah, this is just saying, don't fret about all this back here, this fretting and all that. That what you have gone through, I'm going to simplify this, what you have gone through and what you will go through has just been all preparing you for a beautiful new future. You know, this Nine of Pentacles is the minor arcana version of the Empress for me. So she's very fruitful. And then she turns into this beautiful, I love this artist depiction on these cards, Queen of Pentacles. I mean, she's a ruler of her own kingdom here. She is a nurturer. She's a wonderful family person. She's often married. She's dependable. She's all got her money, obviously, things. So this says you have all the skills. You are mastering some kind of skills here. Now, these two cards make me think it's money and material things. Maybe this is about the law of manifestation for you. It could be that simple. I don't have, you know, it maybe just be saying, like all the messages are, turn this around, this agonizing, you know, get rid of this, and then the world is your oyster. If you change your negative thinking into positive thinking, then you can manifest anything you want to. It could be that simple. And just be smart about this as you're going forward. This will teach you with whom and how to spend your time, energy, and money. Whatever this lesson is here. It's going to teach you how and where to invest and in whom to invest. Because these are beautiful. I'm loving these for you. That's what you got ahead of you. Well, and this one too. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So just get out of your head. Stop overthinking things. Stop, you know, worrying, and more worry. Worry has never, ever, let me say that again. Worry has never, ever, in all of time and space of humanity, ever solved a problem. So, I think you just need to go with the flow here. And now this doesn't have, you know what I don't have here? Let's talk about that. I don't have. I think so too, Mary. Agreed. I think she is on her way. This is beautiful. She is on her way to an incredible adventure. And she has a life mission, and everybody has a life mission. Sometimes it's as simple as just shining your light to other people, just being joyful and shining your light to other people. We don't have to have some grand, I'm going to save the starving kids mission. You know, it can be that simple. But there is something in her future that I'm seeing here that she has. And maybe it has to do with families and kids for something. It could have to do with that. It could. You could make a career of something to do with children for all I know. I don't know what you're thinking about doing there, Sarah. But this is really beautiful. Just remember, when you doubt yourself, that you have all the skills that you need to manifest what you're looking, and putting that in the past. All the skills you need. And come back and remember your tarot reader when you get to this point. Couldn't resist. Yeah. Now, it's saying, yeah, it's just a real different energy coming off of this. You'll be good at saving your money. You'll be good at, again, deciding who and what and where gets your time, money, and energy. So, there we go. Sarah, that's beautiful. Again, I don't know what this situation is, and it could literally be somebody juggling you in a relationship. It could be that. Could be juggling you in a working relationship or some other situationship, but it doesn't have to be that. It doesn't have to be that at all, but could be. That's pretty darn nice. Oh, Sarah, I'm happy for you, honey. So just, put one foot in front of the other. You will know. You will know. You are, now it's back. Strange. You're definitely headed, I was saying, toward your 9 of Cups. Yep. And after you get through all this, you'll start to feel life is balanced again, because you'll be putting that down. Yep. Okay. That's awesome, Sarah. I love that for you. Woo, I think we all want to be Sarah. Well, maybe not this part, but... Oh, that is awesome. All right. So I'd say just be on the lookout for whatever that is. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate you answering that. All right, Sarah. Thank you very, very much for your super chat. I appreciate you. And then my last one for L3. Let's see, I think you did post your question, didn't you? Let me see. What's going to happen for him and me? All right. Let's see, I don't think, 1 second, y'all. All right. I hope all you good people are doing well out there. What deck? Oh, all right. I really need to get a better situation for my cards. I want a rack like one of the readers I see here on YouTube has, and I don't know where she got it, and I need to ask her, and I keep forgetting to do it. Thank you. Appreciate you posting that again. Okay. And by the way, for anybody who is a Scorpio or thinks they're in a twin flame relationship, I have 3 videos I'll be posting probably this weekend. I think they'll come out. I got to download them, upload them, all that, but should be coming out tomorrow or Saturday, probably Saturday. So be on the lookout for those. Now we're asking for L3. What is going to happen with L3 and him? Okay. L3 and L3's person. Please and thank you. Well, I don't know about that yet. I don't know yet. It's hidden. It's a secret. It's the moon. Let's see. What is the potential for what will happen with L3 and L3's person? Oh, God, Mary. Oh, sorry, I hit my mic. You're going to make me cry, honey. Oh, and from Kentucky, you're almost my neighbor. If it weren't for Tennessee, we'd be neighbors, right? Thank you, Mary. That is so kind. She's saying, I'm so happy to have found you tonight. My heart is leaping with joy. Oh, what a wonderful reading. Thank you so much. Big hugs from Kentucky. Well, big hugs to Kentucky from Alabama. Awesome. Mary, thank you so much. I really am. I get choked up when y'all say sweet things like that. Thank you, Mary. I hope you'll come back, visit us again. Me. We love good people here in our chat. And I like it when Spirit makes it clear for me like they did with your message. It was like, nope, stop right now. Stop what you're doing. Unmistakable. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Now, you know I don't remember from one, because if I read for you the other night, I don't remember. So don't count on me to ever remember your reading from one time to the other. Once in a blue moon I do for some people, but it's normally I wash it and then it's gone. So forgive me if I repeat myself or I don't remember. Okay. Oh, good, Mary. I'm glad you'll be back. Y'all, excuse me. So sorry. Oh, you did. We finally connected last night. Okay. All right. Well, let's see what these cards want to say, because I'm just... There's still hope here. I'm just going to say that. There's still hope here. Period. Forget all these other cards. There's still hope here. But there's also some fear. Now, I don't know if this is on your part or his part. Because I'm trying to make sense of these two. Okay? It's the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse and the Ace of Wands in the reverse. So, a couple of ways I could read this. The Ten of Pentacles in the reverse could be saying somebody's stability is not good, their money's not good, maybe their home environment's not good, or if you were living with this person, say, or something like that, then it would definitely be, well, duh, if you're broken up and you get back together, or you don't, whatever, that situation, it would mean that. But somebody here, and I'm feeling it's your person may be afraid, but you may have this also. Be concerned that the passion may not be there anymore because of what has happened. And you could also read this as a lost opportunity for a new passionate beginning. There's still healing that needs to happen here. There's still healing that needs to happen. Not done with that, because you see, he's taking a time out to healing, but he's not done yet. And underneath that is the ultimate heartbreak, because somebody was too much in their pride and ego, and they might have been playing mind games. Now, If your person owed you an apology and they didn't give it, hopefully this is not you, L3. But if you were thinking your person owed you an apology and they didn't give it, they didn't give it on purpose. They were playing a mind game because they knew you wanted it. I don't like that, but I think that's not really, hopefully, what happened. Oh, he didn't. Oh, no, I hate to be right about that stuff. Okay, yes, it's me, and it's true. Oh, no. Hey, Kim, love and light back to you. Thank you for that. Well, shoot, I hated to hear that. Yeah, because they know you're not healed from this heartbreak. And this is the card of mind games next to the what would be an apology in the upright, but it didn't come. Right. I don't like that. It's almost like I'm getting this energy of, oh, Lord, I hate that I did that. I hate that I just saw that card underneath there. Because it's like, I know what you want. I know you want justice. You want me to come and make this fair and apologize and make nice. I know you want that. Maybe, but I'm not going to give you that. Or they could be talking about, I'm not going to give you an apology and admit that I was wrong or that I deceived you. It could be that. That's the Seven of Swords. That's the card of deception. Which I think it kind of puts you at a crossroads. I think this might be you, but maybe, yeah. Somebody refusing to surrender to to a new perspective. And so they're out here in the cold, but that's enough about the bottom of the deck. Let me get back over here on the top and see. Yeah, what else? Somebody's saying, I don't, now it's interesting, I'm feeling the energy that these two cards go together. I'm losing passion because I feel like this is a missed opportunity because I'm just tired of, I don't want to fight over this anymore. I don't want to fight for this anymore. Is this you or your person, L3? Or I just don't want to fight about that anymore. Maybe they just wanted to sweep it under the rug because they thought they brought it up again that it was going to cause a fight. And I just don't want to do that. And I don't want this conflict anymore. You're saying, yeah, I didn't feel the passion when we chatted. Oh, so that might be you. Okay. I don't always read that card that way, but it feels like it tonight. And I think this even may be you. You're saying, I don't know, do I really want to keep going with this? You're saying, I didn't even know if I wanted to see him. Well, that's telltale, isn't it? Yes, that is telltale. Yeah. Were you gossiping about him with friends or somebody in a live chat recently? I think this person is also having trouble with money. Did we talk? Was that your reading where we talked about that the other night? I can't remember. Or some kind of stability. That's two cards I have here that talk about a lack of stability or money being bad or something in the home. Not, yeah. I think that you may be afraid this. You're saying yes. Oh yes. That this might be risky business at best or reckless to get back into a situation with this person. I just think this can be saying, no, I don't think I want to do that. I'm not feeling the warm fuzzies for this, L3. I'm sorry. You're saying, oh, he is successful. Okay. Then I don't know what. Maybe you're feeling, even if the money's good, there's something having to do with stability or happy home. Or it could just be saying you don't think that's your Ten of Pentacles. You don't think that's your person, your forever person. Which the cards are not giving me any warm fuzzies. I got no cups out here talking about feelings. I have a star. That's good. That says don't give up hope. Or it can also be just talking about healing. Maybe you came together so you could heal and have closure. Anything else you want to tell L3 here? Well, of course, L3, did you not hear me all Tuesday? Wasn't it Tuesday night when I was here? What's tonight, Thursday? Tuesday night, you hear me preach about law of attraction. Of course. Of course it can change. But you're the one that does that, so get busy telling the story differently. Of course it can change. Oh my God, I can't, jeez. You saw me shuffling. You saw it with your own eyes. Those same three cards, all that shuffling, those cards came back out again. You can't make that up. Tarot is a magic tool. Hello, love you, universe, and good morning to you. Of course, it's evening over here. Yeah, this person is not healed. You're not healed. The situation's not healed because of this hurt, this heartache. Now, it's on the healing side, so whatever this heartache was has already happened, of course. But somebody here was playing mind games, and I think they still are. And I can't lie to you. I think he still is. Yeah, there's that same... Look, I can't make it up. I'm not giving you that apology. I'm not, because I know you want it. Those same cards now, we're back to that same story. Yep. Well, I'd be lying if I said anything other than this doesn't look real good right now, but right now is yesterday already. L3. Right now is yesterday. It's already happened. It's old news. No, Kim, I've been here for, I don't know how long I've been here, 3 hours, and those free readings usually go in the first minute or two. But I will come back and I do typically start these with a free reading. So you just have to be sure your notifications are turned on for my channel so you can get here right away. Is another deck for love? I would say yes, but I will tell you, this is my offline deck. I don't use this one very often on purpose, but that's the deck Spirit said to use for you. So that's why you want this deck. This one is very, very good at telling the story and telling the truth. Now, yeah, I cut the deck. What is it? Yeah, no love. Now, that's the only cup you've had. It's in reverse. Do you know that saying, rejection is protection? That's what I feel like this is for you. I think. All right, Jay's got some wisdom for us here. Law of attraction can embrace all of this to help it happen and much more based on your energy and vibration. That will attract what you're trying to achieve by your energy. Your positivity helps. Yes, it does. The more positive you are, the more happy you are. That's why my tagline here is get busy getting happy. You get busy getting happy and forget about all those things you wanted. They will come. You don't even have to work, people. It's not about doing. It's about being. Your beingness, your state of vibration, your frequency that you're vibrating at, is what's going to attract that very thing that you want. But if you're over here vibrating at 500 hertz, and the person you want to come riding in on your white horse is up here at vibrating at 900 hertz, you're going to pass in the night. You're not a match. So you have to get yourself from here, poor me, up to here. I am worthy of a true and faithful lover. I am worthy of somebody to kiss my toes every night, or whatever you want, sweetheart, whatever you want. You know, you've got to tell the story like that person's already there. That's how you do it. There's Moulay. Where in the world have you been, friend? I've been kind of concerned about you. I haven't seen you in a minute. Oh, good, Mary. I'm glad that helps. Yes, I'm a big preacher about law of attraction here. I'm glad you found that enjoyable. Yes, Jay is wise. Jay's grasshopper. Jay knows things. He does. Yes, that's exactly right, L3, because those people that come into our lives and we experience hurt or whatever, I realize I keep banging the table and shaking the camera, sorry. They are here to show us where our wounds are. That's all it is. You still have healing to do around some issue, whatever that person showed you about yourself. That's what needs to heal. It's very simple. We make it complicated because we as humans, first of all, we don't understand how powerful we are. We don't understand nor want to accept that we have the power to change that. So it's easier, our fallback is to blame everything on everybody else. We don't have to take responsibility of everything else that's happening to us. We get to be over here and be victims. Yay! No, you don't. Well, you can. It's a choice. You can stay there and be a victim and blame things on everybody else. But when you make that turn and you say, what was that person trying to show me? That didn't feel good. It might have hurt. It might have hurt quite badly, and it might have hurt for a long time. But now I understand, even if in the beginning it's only an intellectual understanding, eventually it will filter down into your heart and to your spiritual acuity and all of that. So it is an opportunity. That's in our spiritual community. I call them ho-hos. H-O-H-O, healing opportunity. This is a ho-ho for you. A healing opportunity is what subconscious program or belief about the world is causing that behavior in that person, because I'm attracting that. So when you start owning things like that, then you can start to change them. That's the way it works. It's magic. It's magic. That's right, L3. That's exactly what you and everybody else wants. And I'm human too. Believe me, I'm not being judgmental in any form or fashion. We do want that. And it is helpful to get that sometimes. I know. But that's sadly not the message I got for you tonight. Now, you come back tomorrow and ask me again. I don't know. The cards could tell a different message. If that person wakes up and comes to you correct, he has free will. He can come to you differently if he chooses. Then that could change a lot of things. But you have to be a match for what you're asking for. And right now, you're too focused on what you don't have to ever get what you're wanting. I can feel it in your energy. That was not meaning to sound like an accusation. It was just, it's about frequency. It's like you're tuning, you want to hear pop music, and you've got the country station going over here, and you're not getting what you want, but you have to turn the dial. You have to change the frequency to get the music you want on this other station For those of you who have any clue what I'm talking about, turning a dial on an old-fashioned radio. Maybe some of you do. Oh, I like that, Elias. Helping other people's experiences. I like that. Hope. That's great. I like that. That's right, L3. So basically, be love. And I would say specifically, be love. Yeah, that sounds kind of generic. That sounds more like agape love or love your fellow man. Yes, we want to do that. It's harder. I think it's easier to do that than it is to turn it inward and learn to love ourselves. You tell me, you stand in front of that mirror and say, I love you to yourself and see how that feels. For 99% of the people on the planet, that feels very awkward the first few times they do it. And so you have to get comfortable with that language and with knowing how to soothe yourself, with knowing how to kind of recognize the things that trigger you, and letting that the stopgap be your go-to as opposed to the reaction. In other words, you want to learn how to respond, not react to things. So part of that is taking that buffer, asking that question, what is this showing me? That's my go-to. Somebody says something hurtful or mean or whatever, what is this showing me? Even the trolls that come here on these lives. What is that showing me I need to do differently? Or what is that showing me I need to learn? I need to learn tolerance and patience. I need to learn to be strong. I need to be strong in knowing that my self-worth has nothing to do with what those people say, that I'm the only one in charge of that. And so, I mean, I know I'm ranting and rambling here, but I think there are the people that might benefit from hearing this. Love and light to you also, Victoria. So, yes, you have to love you first. But you first. Yes, Mary, yes, that's right. And not love and pamper ourselves in selfish ways, although sometimes we need to. Sometimes we do. But know our worth and value ourselves. Absolutely. Because here's the thing, y'all. Every relationship, every situationship, every interaction you have with other people on this planet is just a mirror to show you where you are, what you need to work on. So use that. If you attract people who are unkind, what are they showing you within yourself? What are they showing? Oh, well, maybe I don't really believe that I'm that worthy, or maybe I don't believe that I'm good enough, or, you know, those are the common ones. So, I got to put my glasses on. Hang on a second. Thank you, Tomo. I appreciate that. Funny, lovable. I've never been called that. I know we talk about light workers a lot. So maybe I am. I've never considered myself that, but you know what? I do, now that you say it. One of my spiritual gifts is I'm able to see patterns in people. Like Jay is here. He's one of my moderators. I know you've seen me do this a few times, Jay. I can usually talk to people for just a few minutes, and I can pretty much tell you what your childhood wound is and why that's manifesting in the relationships like it is. It's just, I can just see patterns. And so I don't mean see patterns like Rain Man or like a physicist would see. It's just a recognized human pattern. So maybe that's what that means. I kind of like that. I hope you didn't mean that as a detriment, I don't think. I never heard that term, but maybe I am a shadow worker. Maybe that is. I do believe it is valuable work. You can't really shine your bright light until you dig down in there and get that mud out of that shadow space, right? Thank you, lovable. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I'll pray, yes, praise and blessings back to you. Thank you. Yeah, it's not for the faint of heart, though. Most people would much rather, and I would say, I'll be generous. Probably 80% of the people on the planet would rather not know they have responsibility and that they can change things. They'd rather live life as a victim. They'd rather not know that they have a dog in that fight, so to speak, metaphorically. They'd rather just go through life and be able to blame everything else on everybody else. So that's not where I am. That's not the universe I'm living in. L3 I am. Yes, well, pretty much what I've been telling you. What is that showing you? I mean, I don't know what happened between you two to cause, I don't know the whole story or the part of the story. If you told me, like I said, I kind of washed the readings. Keep shucking the table. I'm sorry, I keep bumping the table. Here, let me get my stool a little lower. So, and there's one, Nell, my BFF. She's I love you, Juanelle. And that too, yeah. You're too funny. Oh, what would I do without you, BFF? Oh. Oh, that's funny. No, it says, always said would rather be a star in the sky than the light at the end of the tunnel. It may go out, but that star is always there, especially in the darkest times. Oh, that is beautiful. I love that. Thank you for sharing. That is awesome. Hey, Jay, are you talking about your channel? Are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about in this live. I gotcha. Yes, I was talking to Jay about that in this particular live, about how to do that. So if you want to rewind and listen to my reading, that's kind of how I work with. But to answer your question, if you're not feeling good enough about something, you probably don't even know it, that that's a tape in the back of your head. Let's say, well, let me give you an example that's a common one. Let's say your daddy didn't give you any attention. He might have loved you, but let's say he worked. Maybe he traveled for work and he was never home. And so you as a child made the conclusion that, I guess I'm not lovable, or daddy would be here with me spending time. Daddy would love me, so apparently I'm not lovable. Now, children just make assumptions about the world. This is, okay, I see I'm not good enough for my daddy to give me attention, so all right, I'm not good enough. And as a child, you file that away in the back of your brain, and it becomes a subconscious thought. And the more you think a thought, the more it becomes a belief, and then a belief becomes a pattern. And even though it's back there ruminating in your subconscious, then it's energy. And that's what you got to get in your mind. Everything is energy. It's energy. So that has a certain frequency. It vibrates. And you, whether you are consciously aware of it or not, are then pulling in people to say, oh, show me that. That's my belief about the world. Show me what abandonment looks like, or show me what being ignored, because maybe you thought you were ignored, or show me what not being lovable looks like. So then here comes let's say, a romantic partner into your life who shows you very clearly you're not lovable because of how they treat you, or maybe they don't choose you, they choose somebody else, whatever. That's your cue. What did that person show you? That's your cue. That tells you what's back there. Oh, clearly, I'm not lovable, or my belief about the world is I'm not lovable. So then you have to tell the opposite story. I am lovable. I'm always chosen. I'm always present. People see me and hear me and value me. I am valuable. I am valued. I'm cherished. And you start telling positive things. It takes a while, as I said. You have a lifetime of momentum, so it doesn't change overnight. You got to keep telling that story over and over until you can start to believe it. And the more you tell it, you'll get little snippets of people coming into your life. I literally, sometimes will be, the first time I think I actually noticed this really clearly, someone had hurt my feelings. It was one of my students years ago had said something, and I don't think they meant to do it for a minute, but I was hurt. And I said, let me work on this. And I sat in my meditation and I started saying my affirmations. And one of the words I used is not one you would use in a daily conversation. It was adored. I am adored. 5 minutes after I ended my meditation, the phone rang. It was that person apologizing, telling me, literally used the word, I adore you. I didn't mean to hurt you. I am not playing, y'all. That's how it works. So get busy getting happy. Get busy telling a new story, y'all. Boy, I just go on and on, don't I? Well, that's right, L3. It's going to show up more times than not. It shows up in romantic relationships for us. And let's see, no, said, yes, we're all teachers and students in this dance of life. Amen. Remember, your experience can help someone. I like that too. Help anyone that might be going through something, yes, remotely that you go through. That's right. I'm sorry, I don't have my glasses on. It's not, no, it's Crow, isn't it? I just realized. Yes, K-R-O, sorry, Crow. That's right. That's exactly right. Thank you, Jay. You're such a sweetheart. You're so patient with me rambling. Well, I hope so. I do hope that this helps some of y'all get through it. And more importantly, I'm hoping it gives you a life skill. This one little thing that we talked about can change your entire life, people. That is not an over-exaggeration. If you have the awareness to ask, when you are triggered, whether that's anger or hurt or feeling abandoned or shame or whatever that is, emotion, why am I feeling this emotion? What button in me did that just push? And you start asking that question every time you feel bad about something, you'll turn your life around. I'm telling you, you will be amazed, because you'll start to understand you have the power to change things. You have the power. If I'm so powerful, then I can create that kind of situation, reaction, communication with not even trying. Imagine if you put your conscious mind to work with positive things, how powerful you are. And that is true too. That's right. It helps us realize we aren't alone in our suffering and can validate us. And amen, that's one of the hardest things about being human, isn't it, Jay? We do feel like we're alone. I know that's a big one. Well, I love that. You're saying it was a name given to you by your grandfather, birds of transitions, teachers. Well, part-time smart Alex. Well, let me relate to you. I don't have any crow feathers, but I understand exactly what you're talking about. How about that? Yes, birds are messengers. Yes, I do understand. Yes, I do understand that, Crow. And crows, I can't believe I don't have one of those here. I should put one of those here. I should get one. I think I'll ask that spirit team. I'd like a crow feather, please. And thank you. So, guys, this was a very lively discussion tonight. It always is. We've got a good crew here. And Moulay, I'm sorry I didn't see your last comment, life is short, fake it till you make it. Sometimes, I know, right? Sometimes we do. Thank you, Johnny. That's very kind. I appreciate that. I'm trying to represent our older generation out here. And, you know, sadly, I'm more glad to see you too, Mulay. Sadly, I see so many of my peers my age just kind of giving up on life. And, oh, it makes me just want to shake them. I love them, but I want to shake them. You have so much knowledge and lessons and wisdom and things to share. Don't just sit here and feel sorry for yourself. Get up and do something. I just want to. Anyway, so I'm representing. L3, I will not be here tomorrow. I am going to spend a nice evening with my family out on the river. And depending on how Saturday goes, I may come to you earlier during the day on Saturday. From there, I may give you a beautiful backdrop of the river. And so we'll see how that works. Depends. It's kind of a weird thing to say. You'll get this if you see me there. I'd like to do some tarot readings with that backdrop because my son has actually, you weren't here, I don't think, but my son, who was here on the live with me one night, is the one I'm talking about, their property. And he said, well, Mom, why don't you come out and sit on this big rock? And their property's on a bluff. It sits like, I don't know, 200 feet up above the water. And you see out the view and the water behind you. It's just gorgeous, but there's also wind, and so I can't pull tarot cards if the wind is real high tomorrow, so I might have to be inside there, so probably will come to you. If I don't, and I said tomorrow, my apologies, I'm going out there tomorrow. I'm talking about Saturday. So I will be back. My plan, Lord willing and the creeks don't rise, my plan is to read for you again on Saturday, and I don't know yet if that will be during the day or when I get back here Saturday evening or whatever. So I'm kind of playing that by ear, but I haven't really given myself a night off to go and visit them, and it's way overdue, and I want to do that. So I know it's a beautiful, beautiful place. It's just, they've got this really special. They're off-grid. They didn't start out with that as a goal, but they've ended up with it, and it's just magnificent little special place out in the woods. I think they've got 40-something acres out there, and it's overlooking, like I said, the water, the river, and it's just quite beautiful. So I want to go play in the woods tomorrow. So, Mulay, your birthday is May Day here, is what we call that. The first day of May. Yeah, there. Thank you, L3. Yes, it'll happen when it happens. Yes, Crow, I need that. These readings are a blessing. And I'm glad I can do them, and I want to do them, but I do have to take time to regenerate after these, for sure. Yep, Mayday, Mayday. Not that kind of Mayday, but we used to call it, who here is old enough to remember Sadie Hawkins Day? Isn't that what? Golly, talk about taking me back in time. Is anybody else here old enough to confirm that? Isn't that right? Sadie Hawkins Day is May 1st and May Day, and I don't know, is anybody remembering that here in the United States, obviously? I thought you might be, Crow. I thought you might be a reader. I could kind of feel that about you. That's awesome. Good night, Juanelle. I'm about to sign off too. Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams, my beautiful friend. I do hope you sleep well tonight. So you know where I'll be tomorrow, Juanelle. And Saturday. Yeah, I didn't want to say it like that, Jay, but it is. I mean, it just, I have to have time to recharge for sure. Thank you, Moulay. I appreciate you. I appreciate each and every one of you. And guys, I think I'm going to head on out of here for the evening. Good. Thank you, Juanelle. I appreciate you. You're always my best cheerleader, and I love you. Good night, L3. Good night, Jay-Z. Good night, Moulay. Good night, Juanelle. I think Adia's already checked out, but to all of my fabulous moderators, thank you so much for making this possible for me. I have to always acknowledge you guys. And thank everybody who let me read for them tonight. I appreciate you too. And guys, lastly, my last piece of business here, I do have memberships now on my channel, and I have some perks over there that might interest you. Some members-only live chats and that kind of thing. So the link is in the, if you click that little more button in the drop-down menu, then you can find the link there to go and check out the perks. But don't think that link works if you're on an iPhone yet. YouTube's working on it, so you may have to go to a computer. Anyway, well, and peace to you. I've started to do my Vulcan hand. Peace. And to those of you who know what that is, good night, everybody. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate y'all, and I'll see you soon. This weekend, fingers crossed, Saturday. All right. Take care, y'all.